Hey, it's Rich. It's Rich and Fireboss Production. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. 2024, man. It's going so fast, right? It's going so fast. I was sitting here doing some business, and I was thinking about something. Salute, amigos from Facebook, from YouTube. Subscribe to my channel, please. Like this video. Really helps me, right? Really helps me trying to create Fiery Boss Production, give ideas, right? Good concepts either about making money, right? Promoting companies, or just income, right? Or living. Now I've been talking a lot about health too, health. But if you're talking about money a lot, right? I was doing some work here, creating some postcards, right? I have a routine. I wake up in the morning, I get my blood pumping, right? Whether it's exercise, taking a walk, of some form, I get my blood pumping, right? And that gets me, my mind thinking and freed, right, to create, right, or collaborate with people, right? We have to be able to collaborate with people, right? We got to be able to partner with people, right, in this world, either to make successful our business, successful our ideas, or whether it's at a job, right? We have to be able to collaborate with people is what I'm saying, right? So as I was doing some business, I had a lot of comments, probably more earlier in the year, right? I haven't responded or said anything much of it and I agree. If you talk about money, talk about business, right? We have to be able to talk eventually about politics, right? And I usually don't want to talk or touch on politics. I was even looking at YouTube, right? Same candidates all the time, right? And if I really was able to pick the perfect candidate, it would be somebody that was for the people, right? That was more, yes, we need laws, we need rules, right? But how can we support the people that are hurting, right? How can we set up the next generation, right? How can we bestow, right, ideas, right, where people can pass them down to the next generation, right? And I've always said, if I was in politics, I would make college free, right? I would say, I'll make college free. Why? Because education, I know, is needed. I mean, I always say, don't go to college, fire your boss, you don't have to go to freaking college, but we do need education, right? We can't be stupid, we need education. When we're talking about medical field, right? We need education when we want to get police officers. We need education for people to make in our airplanes when we're freaking traveling. We don't want that airplane to crash, right? We need education in law, right? Can't have anybody just sitting there trying to create laws or a lawyer, you know, defend us if they don't know what the hell or they're doing. They don't have the right skill set and they don't know what the hell they're doing, right? So we do need education at some point, right? But in politics, you know, why don't you vote? Why don't you vote, Rich? It's mainly why I'm making the video. Why don't I vote, right? I haven't voted ever, right? Not a lot of people know that, right? And I like to talk about business, fire your boss, right? You don't really need the president or a certain president, right? In the United States, it is the best, I believe, the best country in the world. But you really don't need a president to be successful when we're talking about entrepreneuring, right? Healthy mind thinking, mindset, creating a business, making money, right? Building churches, right? Family. You don't really need a president for that. But you do need a president, right, for a lot of things. I do agree. You do need a president for a lot of things, right? They have to mandate, right, and manage the laws, or we'll be probably killing each other, right? Weekend. So somebody has to mandate, right, and have authority in the law, right? They have to have an authority in our military, right? In case there's a war, in case we got to dispatch military people, right, into other countries. We got to have a president, right, that is the highest commander to make these high decisions. You know, decisions. Nowadays, you freaking push a button and you can send out missiles, right? You can send out freaking missiles, and one or two missiles, you can kind of destroy a whole civilization, right? That's huge power, right? It's very high responsible position. President here, or even other countries, they still call them kings, or you call them other things at other countries, but that's a high position, right? So the last few years, and I'm just going to say it in a couple minutes. I don't want to talk about it all day long because I don't like really politics, but I know you have to eventually talk politics when you talk about other parts of our lives, right? Is I wish they would change this, and it's why I don't vote, right? The two people, Democrats, Republicans, that they want us to vote to put into the highest ranking position of the United States, they want us to vote, right, for this guy and that guy. Most likely, I believe, and I guarantee you too, 80% of the people in the United States don't like this guy or that guy because of their values. Man, he's freaking stupid, right? They don't make sense. They don't have experience in business, in numbers, in law, right? And governing people, meaning you have to be able to have peace. You got to be able to keep people in peace, right? And have compassion for the world, right? These people don't have all of that. And if we were able to vote, right, for a bigger group, a bigger selection, just like anything, a talent, right, agency, right, you're trying to vote for the best dancer, for the best comedian, right, for the best this, even CEOs, right, on board of directors, you can vote people in for other things, but why can't you for the presidency, right? Why can't you for the highest ranking position in the world? The president of the United States is the most famous person in the whole world. Everybody knows Donald Trump in the whole freaking world. Down in my country, in Colombia, or in Mexico where I visit, everybody knows this man, right? Everybody knows the future president too. So if the Democrats want a certain guy, boom, they get to vote on it. Why don't we? Right? If the Republicans also want a certain guy for us to vote on, they get to vote and squabble and they say manipulate or trick the system, move money around. Is the guy with the most money that can get in there, a guy that's popular that want in there, is not a guy that's going to make sense and take care of all of these issues that we have problems with in this world. The border, immigration, right? If we have a catastrophe, it has to be the right guy. So that's all I'm saying is, in these committees, us as voters, right, as citizens, I think should have more leverage on those groups so we can have 20, 30 people to pick from, right? And we should be able to encourage guys in business or in church, you know, other parts of industries or worlds or service to go in there and encourage these guys that are going to be able to take care of all these issues and problems that we have. So we should be able to encourage, support, either fund with our money and get these people in there. There's a lot of really good people that can run this country, keep the peace, right? Keep improving for the next generation, right? And keep us out of war, right? But we only get to pick from one guy here, one guy there, and other guys because of their criterias, because of fame, because, oh, I don't want a Republican guy in here, I don't want a Democrat guy in here, so that's why we got to put this guy so he can beat this guy. It's a freaking game, right? And in the United States, it's structured bad that way. It's structured bad that way, and I think our future is in trouble. So they have to change that process, I believe, and I believe a lot of you guys have to change that. I believe a lot of you guys believe we got to change that process. We should be able to be in those circles, in those voting committees, right? When there's 30 guys that want to be possibly run for president, let us choose those guys, choose within those 30, 50 people. Then we can put them on the main candidate, on the main ballot, right? Not see one freaking face over and over and over again. We know they already screwed up, but because they're popular, we put them in there, or they put them in there. We don't put them in there, right? So the people, I believe, and it's like, how are we so successful? Why is the United States still the #1 country, right? In economics, right? In science, right? And they say, and even in money, we have the most millionaires, right? The economy is stable. Yeah, they say inflation's going up, but we still have the best economy in the world. You go somewhere else, man, you're hurting. You go somewhere else, you're in big trouble. If you go and want to live in another country, go live over there, right? So if you're complaining, go. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is we got to change the way we put these people in so we can vote on them. So we got to be able to be in these rooms, in these lower, right, where they vote for 5, 10 people for Democrats, 10, 20 people for Republicans. We want to be able to vote for those guys, right? Not just one single face that another committee put in there, right? So how are we still successful is the people. Somehow the people still know what's right. Sometimes, you know, there is crime in this world. We are hating on each other right now with social media and stuff. But the people really, in the United States of America, I believe, really agree more than we think, right? We really do get along more than we think, right? We know that, hey, in order to be the top country in the world, in order to be safe, in order to have a legacy or leave a safe place for our children, right? We got to get along, right? We got to have laws, education, keep innovating, creating. I think that generally 80-90% of the citizens know what's best, right? For our children, for the next generation. And I believe behind the scenes, if us, the citizens, weren't creating businesses, weren't creating organizations, churches, we're the ones creating the businesses and churches, right? Not the government, right? If that wasn't happening, then we're in bigger trouble. So at least we're doing that, right? At least we're doing that in our communities, right? In our businesses, our churches, our schools. But we have to be able to change, I believe, the way we vote for the president, or we'll be in trouble in the future. And I don't think it's, rightly, I don't think it's fair. All right, so that's why I don't vote. That's why I don't vote. I think it's screwed up, right? It's screwed up. But I stay out of politics because the president doesn't control the amount of money I want to make, doesn't control the amount of money you want to make. If you want to start a business, they can't control that. All right, guys, the future is bright. The future is bright. I got to finish my business here. Right? Stay positive, create things, help people, right? And I do believe you got to vote, even though I don't vote. You should get out and vote, right? I don't want to be negative in that part. All right, I got you back for life. Take care. Have a good weekend.